join us.
What is good, my people? It is your man Zentaifit, and today I have another comic book review for you. Today we're reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 3. And as usual, you guys know how I review these comics. I look at the good, I look at the bad, and I look at the Morphin. So starting off with the good in this comic. First of all, I mean, it's a crossover. So you're going to have some epic team-up moments. And I'm not just talking about just with the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers, because I'm going to get to that. But I actually really like the dynamic between Rita Repulsa and the Shredder, and seeing, you know, their minions and their villains kind of coming together to cause epic destruction. I don't know what it is. I really like seeing those two, you know, kind of come together, because they're so wacky, they're so crazy in terms of, you know, their aspirations and their villainism. So it's just kind of cool to see those two, you know, coming together to make ultimate, absolute, unlimited power destruction. I've been watching a lot of, you know, Star Wars, so Palpatine, man, there's just some days you just want to quote that guy. Anyway, I'm getting off tangent. It was also really fun seeing Casey Jones pop in. I've always loved that character's design. Not just the fact that he and I share the same last name, but the fact that, you know, just, it was cool seeing him make an appearance and help out, you know, the Power Rangers, you know, during their fight and encounter with the Shredder Ranger. And that was cool too, being able to actually see him more in action, you know, with the Foot Clan behind him. It just looked really cool. I really like those little moments. It's little things that make me happy within this comic. And then obviously, you know, other little things within this comic, like the artwork, I think the writing, those things I feel like have always been pretty solid for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely feels like a special. It feels like an epic crossover to me. It just feels different from, you know, the line of comics that are going on right now. And those are fantastic, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying this one feels special, and I think that's another good aspect that, you know, I've even said before about some of the other comics that I really do enjoy with this one. Getting into the bad of this comic, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger's reasoning for, you know, getting involved with the Foot and, you know, this whole mess for why he's in New York was to help get his friend, his, like, you know, childhood friend out of the Foot, you know. I just feel like that was the weak point, you know, for me. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. Like, I personally don't buy into that. I would have wanted to see, you know, something else. Like, you know, Tommy wanted to further his, you know, martial arts training and his skills, and, you know, accidentally got caught up, you know, with the Foot Clan in some way, not knowing that it was this crazy cult, or, you know, I don't know. I just feel like his reasoning for where his predicament is right now, because of helping a childhood friend, it just seems a little messy to me, because in that, he also risks, you know, if he hasn't already, you know, his identity being, you know, kind of exposed as being a Power Ranger, which, you know, by oath, they aren't supposed to tell, you know, there's identities to the public. You know, so I feel like that is just a little messy to me. That's a weak point. You know, it's his whole reasoning, you know, for being involved with the Foot. I just don't buy it. That's just me personally. Now getting into the Morphin of this comic. There's so many little more phenomenal moments if you're reading through this book. Like, you know, when the Power Rangers and the Turtles, they're all in the sewers. I like a lot of the dialogue that happens there in those moments. And you can kind of see, like, each Ranger kind of, you know, speaking to a specific turtle. Like, I really like the moments with Raphael and Trini, and, you know, just the fact, like, the certain similarities where they both kind of have size in a sense, you know, and they're kind of talking about, you know, their lives. Like, you know, the Power Rangers are like, hey, you guys think we have it good, but, you know, we have to lie to our friends and our families and, you know, live a secret superhero life, and it's not as glamorous as you might think it might be. And the Turtles are like, well, you think your life is hard? We gotta live in the sewers and eat pizza all the time, and we can't go out during the daytime and, you know, go shopping at Hot Topic or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's just interesting, you know, to hear those dynamics of, you know, both sides. And I thought that was just, I really enjoyed those little moments, seeing that here. And even, like, with Billy, you know, conversing with Master Splinter, which is probably a question a lot of us have had, especially if you watch the 80s Ninja Turtles, animated series, the turtles, they were humans that were turned into turtles. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but in the 80s, that's how it was. And, obviously in the newer versions, of the animated series, they were just, regular turtles that were mutated into, more humanish like beings. And Billy asked Splinter, so were you a human that turned into a rat, or a rat that had more like humanistic, attributes? And he's like, yes. So it's kind of one of those things, like, you don't really know exactly what the answer is, but it's kind of like poking at the fun of questions fans have had all the time. So that's something I enjoy too. Just those moments of dialogue with the Rangers and the Turtles, I feel like was handled very well and appropriately for each of the characters. And lastly, man, another more phenomenal thing, like, I called it. I knew it as I was reading. Something in me was like, I feel like they're going to do this. I feel like they're going to make the Turtles become Rangers. I feel like the Turtles at some point are going to get morphers in their hands. I feel like the Turtles at some point are going to be like, cowabunga, it's Morphin time. And sure enough, what happens at the end of this issue? What happens at the end of this issue? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they get morphers, and obviously we're leading into them now becoming Turtle Rangers, which is gonna be crazy. Man, do you realize, y'all know I cosplay, right? Y'all, you see my page. If you follow me on YouTube, you should see my stuff on Instagram, so make sure you follow me there. So y'all know I do my cosplay stuff, and I do these comic book reviews. And this is getting expensive. It's getting crazy, y'all, because Michelangelo is my favorite Ninja Turtle. And if I like the design of his Ninja Turtle Ranger, whatever it's gonna be, like, man, I'm gonna have to throw down some more money and be a Ninja Turtle Ranger now. Like, this is gonna be crazy. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. That's gonna be crazy. And the whole reasoning for that is because the Shredder Ranger and the Foot and Rita teamed up with them. There's this disruption, with the Power Rangers being able to use their morphers, but they have to be in two places at the same time. So if they can work on things, kind of on the behind the scenes and kind of at, the command center, then the Turtles, who don't have that interruption with, the morphing grid and whatnot, they can use the morphers and morph up. So I'm excited to see how it's all going to, it's going to be crazy. I want to see how it all goes down. It's going to be so insane. So that was a moment I feel like was very more phenomenal. And with these issues, they always leave us right at the end kind of with that big cliffhanger, which is kind of expected when you're reading, a book like this, or you're reading a special, you know what I mean? There's always going to be that little thing at the end that's like, oh my goodness. And we've kind of had that in each book where it's like, oh dang, we got the Shredder Ranger. Oh snaps, the Turtle's about to be Power Rangers. So I'm excited to see what happens next. It's going to be crazy. And now, as usual, it is time for me to give my lightning rating of this book. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I think I even enjoyed this one more than I did the last book. So I'm going to give this one a solid 4 out of 5 lightning bolts. It did its job. It showed up. It delivered. Artwork, writing was on point. It got me excited. And when I say it really got me excited, I really mean that. Like, I feel like, the excitement is kind of building up more so as I'm reading, this particular crossover. So yeah, I give it a good solid 4 out of 5 lightning bolts. Let me know how you guys would rate this comic book if you've read it as well. That's pretty much it from me today, you guys. Again, I have videos coming out all the time. My apologies for the delay on the recent, review for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but if you're watching this video, then that one should already be up by now. So go ahead and watch that. And if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it out. I want to get this channel growing so I can do more bigger things for you guys, man. I love doing this stuff. I'm passionate about it. And I'm just grateful, to have you guys' support, and I appreciate you guys watching. And hey, go buy this comic, man. Go buy it. I love reviewing this stuff, and I like, kind of, conversing with you guys. But definitely go out and support. Go buy the comic. And add it to, you need to add this to your collection. Like, seriously, these are good reads. I wouldn't be reviewing them if they weren't. So if you're on comic, if you're doing online stuff, you prefer your books digital, you can buy it through Comixology, or visit your local comic book shop and go and support, them as well, and buy the book and add it to your collection. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you for the next comic book review. Until then, peace. out.